there, it has been so long since I've posted a video. I've been having a bit of a crisis of confidence, and at one time I was close to just packing in the whole YouTube thing. But it turns out that I just needed a bit of time. So I am back, and while I work on chopping up some vegetables for tonight's dinner, I thought I'd give you a bit of an update and let you know what kind of content I'm planning. Meanwhile, as I embark on this new phase of my YouTube channel, please subscribe. I'm trying to create a supportive community for all writers, and I really do mean all writers, whether you've published a ton of stuff or you're just starting to get your toes wet. So the update, and this is something that is a risk when it comes to freelance writing. I lost my biggest client last year. I was working with this company for close to a decade, and I thought I had a good relationship with them. They were sometimes slow to pay, but I always got my money. The slow payments were absolutely a red flag, and it is totally on me that I let it go for as long as I did. But you know, when you think things are going well and you think the working relationship is good, you tend to tolerate more than you probably should. Onions are making me cry. To cut a long story short, I did a bunch of work for this client. They were piling more and more and more on me, and I was just about managing to keep up. But then a month went by without me being paid. And this, given the history, was not all that unusual. The problem, though, was that I was doing so much work for this client that I was not able to take on other clients, which meant I was completely dependent on this one company for all of my income. And any experienced freelancer will tell you not to put all your eggs in one basket. But I did, and well, another month went by without payment, and this whole time I was sending very nice messages with subject lines like, friendly reminder. What can I say? I'm a people pleaser in recovery. But I did stop accepting work from them, which is progress. I told them that until they had paid me everything they owed me, I was not doing any more work for them. Another month went by. They were still trying to send me work, and I was just saying no. I actually told them that I would be requiring upfront payments for any work that I did for them going forward. And I also started to look up the process of taking legal action because this was getting ridiculous. Then 2 other freelancers reached out to me independently of one another to ask me what my experience with this client had been like. And it turned out that this client wasn't paying anybody. So a lot of people were really mad at them. Now the client is located in Canada, here in Ontario, and the freelancers are located throughout Canada and the United States. Eventually, after 5 months, I got paid in full. Not a word from the client. I just got an e-transfer notification in my inbox one day. This client paid all of the Canadians. To this day, as far as I know, they haven't paid any of the Americans. And I'm thinking it's because they know the Americans would have a really hard time taking legal action against them. So, needless to say, that relationship has been completely severed. And the entire situation put me into a financial crisis that I am only now starting to recover from. I wasn't able to continue with my YouTube channel because I just didn't have the capacity for anything beyond survival. Things are a lot better now. I've got income streams that involve actual contracts and proper processes for payment, and I've learned some valuable lessons through all of this, the biggest of which is this. No matter how nice your client seems, you have to be a hard ass and not tolerate shit for as long as I did. Yes, I hold the client responsible for their own sleazy behavior, but I also have to own the fact that I enabled this for far too long. And I'm hoping that by telling this story, someone out there will benefit. I am more than happy for my experience to be someone else's cautionary tale. Moving forward, actually to move forward, I have to tell you a quick backstory. I wrote a book a few years back, a novel. I've written a couple, but this particular story is one that I think could have the legs to succeed. I think it's a good story, and I think people would read it. It's a time travel story, so it's set in multiple different time frames. I wrote the story in 2018, and the action starts in 2014. And this is the God's honest truth. It's pure coincidence, but a major plot point in the story that I wrote in 2018 is a pandemic that happens in 2020. So this creates a bit of a dilemma. I mean, sure, I can write the actual pandemic that happened into the story. That's not an issue. But the response to the pandemic in my story is a key element of the plot, and let's just say that what I wrote in my story would make a lot of people throw hands. My story is supposed to be escapism, entertainment, a little bit of drama. I absolutely do not want it to be a point of controversy, but I don't want to throw out the story because I really like the story. So what I've decided to do is rewrite the story. I'm going to set it in the 2020s to make it more current. And I'm going to either replace that pandemic with something else, or I'm going to completely rewrite how it happens. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do with that, but I'm starting the whole process from scratch, right down to my character development and my settings. And I'm going to journal the whole process here on YouTube, along with whatever lessons I learn along the way. I'm thinking of creating a Patreon for subscribers who want to get some sneak peeks into the story, and I could even run some polls and stuff for subscribers to have some input into various aspects of the story. So that is my plan. I'm also posting content over here and over here. I'll make sure links to those pages are in the description. I'm planning to do some live Q&As and stuff like that. I'm really wanting to create an interactive community. So follow me over there, subscribe to me over here, and let's get the story written. Bye!